It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM, Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. And our conversation with Barb Hauge and Josh Krug, brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. It's here, boys and girls. It's here.
Hello, yay!
It's the 2020 Indiana County Decathlon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Todd. Thanks for having us.
It's good to have you both with us. Barb, this is a real success story for Indiana County, isn't it?
It really is. This is our 4th year of the Indiana County Decathlon. It happens every year in the late winter, early spring, and it's at a time when people tend to be less active, and we try to get them out and around Indiana County to learn all the great places there are to walk and explore and all the adventures that we can have.
And when you say late winter, I mean, you're not kidding around. It's here February, what is today, the 6th?
Yes.
And your first walk's coming up this weekend.
Saturday, the 8th.
Yeah. It includes chili. Josh, you can't beat that.
Yeah, we got the chili walk this Saturday. I'll be there for sure. We got a kickoff event. We've been doing this every year. It was a major success the first time that we did it, and in partnership with Ed Patterson out there at Blue Spruce, where our county parks and trails main office is located. We host this walk every year, and it's been getting bigger and bigger, and it really is quite the success story for us.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, so Barb, give us the concept. We'll get into the chili walk and all of that in a couple of moments, but give us the whole concept of the decathlon.
The decathlon, we have this year 17 events, so we have different events that are generally walks, and they have a group leader, and the leader is generally teaching us something or telling us about something that people might not know or might want to learn about. And in addition to the 17 walks that we have that you have to be there on that day and that time to get a stamp on your card, we also have free spaces on your card, and I'll get to the card in just a minute. The free spaces on the card are you can walk whenever you want to at these different locations, and then you can earn stamps just by walking there and taking a picture of yourself while you're there, and then come to one of our events or go to the Y and they'll stamp your card for you.
And decathlon indicates that we need to get 10 stamps on our card, right?
Yes, if you get 10 or more stamps on your card, then you can be entered into a raffle. So we have different prizes that we'll be raffling off at Nature Palooza on June 6th back at Blue Spruce Park.
So with all of that as our backdrop, let's get to the first couple of walks. There's one coming up this Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday is the Chili Walk. It is our most popular by far. Ray Winstead will be there in addition to Ed Patterson. We'll have 2 different choices for people. If you want something a little more rugged, you can go down through the woods with Ray Winstead. He'll teach us about feeding the birds, how he trained them, and how you can do it too. And then we'll go for a walk through the woods and then back to the Lakeside Center where we'll all enjoy a bowl of chili. The other choice is Ed Patterson will take you on the paved path around the lake. And that's for people who might have strollers or might be a little less able or less sure on their footing. And that's a great walk too.
Yeah, it is. It is. My wife and I take that walk quite often now, as a matter of fact. So that's 10 a.m. on Saturday?
10 a.m. on Saturday.
We have chili for everybody. We've got T-shirts for everybody. Hopefully we'll have long sleeve shirts by that point as well. But this year we're happy that we have a lot of sponsors that we're really happy to partner with for the programming. And like I said, getting bigger and better every year.
Yeah. So this is the first walk, and then the next one comes up a couple of weeks later.
Yes, we're going to the Recycling Center in Homer City. So the Recycling Center is happy to host us, and we're going to go for a walk and find out what happens after you throw your recyclables in that red or blue bin at the end of your road. What happens to them after that, or after you take them to the Recycling Center? They're going to fill us in on what you can recycle, what you can't, how to separate your paper, which is always confusing to me. And anyway, we're going to learn about what they do and how they do it.
So what do? You sort of loop around there? You put a TV on your back, walk it the whole way around, and then throw it back on the pile, or what?
Well, that's to be seen.
Okay.
We'll start inside. We wanted a more indoor event during this time of the year, so we'll start inside in the recycling center, and then we'll go for a walk under the roofed area and also out into the other areas.
Yeah, I like the way that you combine a little bit of education or a little bit of scenery with the actual physical act of walking.
And that's we have to owe that to our volunteers. We had multiple, 40 different events that we could have chosen from, and we voted as a committee on which events to select for this year, and these are all selected by our steering committee.
Another walk coming up at the end of February, the Christmas Tree Capitol Walk. That'll be in Creekside.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. That is really going to be cool. We're going to a Christmas tree farm, and Ed Van Horn, who's the president. Oh, I'm sorry, Greg Van Horn, sorry. He's the president of the Christmas Tree Growers Association, and he's going to walk us through his farm. And next door to his farm is one of the former farms of Silas Streams, who was the first person to sell Christmas trees commercially in Pennsylvania, more than 100 years ago now. And one of his old plots is next door, and we're going to learn about Christmas tree types that went out of favor and what happens with them.
How about that? That's cool.
We've got a ton of events this year, and we do have to, again, thank the folks for putting them together and then coordinating with and offering to facilitate these walks, and also the people that are going to lead these walks. We're going to have a tour of IUP campus coming up in March, on March 28th, and it's the first time that IUP is hosting a tour for the public here in Indiana of its campus, not necessarily just prospective students, albeit everybody could be a prospective student at any point in time. But we're really excited about a lot of these walks, especially also the Trail of the Year Trek, which we put into the programming here relatively late in the game.
Yeah.
Actually, we made room for it because the Ghost Town Trail was selected by DCNR, Department of Conservation and Natural Resources of Pennsylvania, as the Trail of the Year for the whole state. So we want to recognize that as well.
Absolutely. There are all kinds of interesting walks. And Barb, there's a great sheet, a flyer that you put out that describes each of them. How do people get a look at this?
We have a Facebook page, and the Facebook page is Indiana County Walking Decathlon. They can go there and see it. We also have flyers up in multiple sites downtown. We'll have flyers at all of our events. You can pick up flyers at the White Township Recreation Complex. They have a pile, and also at the YMCA has a pile of flyers too. And I believe that White Township might have them at their municipal building and the borough in their borough office.
We'll also be shipping it out via email to all 38 municipalities. So all the municipalities will have access to it for folks all throughout Indiana County. If you'd like it, just reach out to your township supervisors or your borough council.
That's a great idea. Barb, this all got its start with the designation of Indiana County as not your healthiest county in the world a few years ago, in a study in the University of Pittsburgh. Led to the creation of something called WalkWorks here in Indiana County. There had not been a program like this before.
No, there hadn't been. And what happened was the Department of Health wanted to fund walking routes or getting people out walking. So what they did was they put money towards developing walking routes throughout different counties that have higher than average obesity rates in the state to try to combat it. That because they found that simply walking 30 minutes a day or a few times a week can help reduce some of the negative health effects of obesity and obesity-related diseases. So that's why that's how we were selected for the WalkWorks program.
And those WalkWorks trails continue to be in effect, and they are a part of the decathlon too.
Yes, you can walk on any of the WalkWorks routes and earn a stamp on your card. You can also walk on any community walk or run and participate in any walk or run in the county, and you can earn a stamp that way too. We have 9 different areas that have walking routes, and some communities even have a long route and a short route, like in Clymer and in Salzburg they have 2 routes, an uptown and a downtown route. We have one route that is signed, that has actual signs along the route that helps you to navigate the route, and you can also get those on the Indiana County Office of Planning and Development has cards of where those walking routes are in which communities, and there's points of interest along the way. So if you download the cards, it can give you a little history or a little bit of information about the community.
Yeah, and there's some opportunity for folks who want to be WalkWorks walk leaders.
Yes.
Too.
Yes,
You've got some openings.
We do. We have some openings. So Indiana Borough, our walking group leader, Susan Smith, who did it for a number of years, she was an awesome group leader. Her time commitments just became too much, so she wasn't able to. But if you're interested in being the walking group leader, it is a commitment of at least one night a week or one day a week. You pick the time, and it starts on North 7th Street outside of the old Borough building. And you can contact Stephanie Walters or Stephanie Dunlap now, at the Indiana Borough office, municipal building, and she can hook you up with information about what it takes to be a group leader. And it's just showing up once a week at a designated time in that location. And whoever shows up, you go for a walk with them.
There you go. We'll go for a walk. Kruger, I know you walk to work sometimes. You ride your bike to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, every day. I appreciate the benefits of the walking.
Anybody giving you an honorary stamp on your card for that?
Well, I think I'll be at enough events this year to earn my stamps, so to speak, but I'll be handing out stamps as well, and we'll be there wearing our T-shirts and facilitating the events. But it's certainly an achievable thing, and it's an opportunity to earn prizes. We partner with the YMCA as well. So you can go there, get stamps on your card. So it's really been a great thing, the partnerships that we have been able to build with the program, and especially to support the WalkWorks programs. We do have these routes throughout the county. We are a big partner with WalkWorks, and we're certainly thankful for everything that they had done and continue to do for us in supporting these routes. But this decathlon programming, as Barb said, is active events at a time of the year that people may not be doing it. Our WalkWorks routes in the summer and in the early fall, they're pretty active themselves, but some of these events actually happen on the routes and in communities where the routes exist. And then at each of our events, we'll have informational materials about the WalkWorks program and other walking things as well.
We're going to get you in here in a couple of weeks to talk about the census. See, you need to give census walkers their own stamp.
Hey, you know what? I think we may be able to do something about that. Absolutely.
They're looking for census takers.
Anything that we can do to let people know that the census is going to be easy, going to be confidential, and is extremely important. I am absolutely on board with supporting.
Give them a stamp, Josh.
I'll give them a stamp. I promise.
Beautiful.
Bring in your census card, because you'll get something after you fill it out, and then bring it in, and we'll give you a stamp. I promise. Barb, is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay with me.
Okay
I like that idea.
I note, Barb, that one of my favorite walks from last year, just from having them in here, the Oakland Cemetery Tour.
Oh, yes.
Is back.
Yes. Well, actually, last
year was St. Bernard Cemetery.
St. Bernard Cemetery.
Yeah.
So we're going to check out
Go out to Oakland now.
Yeah, we're going out to Oakland Cemetery with the two Dr. Patricks, Stacy and Kevin, and they're going to give us the headstone tour through Oakland Cemetery.
Yeah.
It's really absolutely fascinating what you can read through the headstones and the memorials that are in the cemetery. It's very humbling and beautiful.
Yeah, you've got a spring tree hike. You've got the full moon howl hike. I thought I saw a moose hike there, but it was hoodlebug.
Caboose.
I saw caboose. I thought it said moose, Josh.
No, well, no moose here in Indiana, I don't think. But we do have Wood Duck Trail. And I do want to mention Hemlock Lake. If you've never been there, it's a county park in the north in Banks Township, and we have a walk there. Yeah. And it's going to be really exciting, and that's on May 2nd. So keep that in mind, everybody.
It's a beautiful place. We're out of time. Thank you so much, both, for coming in to tell us all about it.
Thanks, Todd.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Indiana County Decathlon is here, and it starts this Saturday. You don't need to pre-register or anything to show up.
Yeah,
okay?
just come.
Show up hungry.
10 a.m. at Blue Spruce. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM.